Hey folks, how you all doing? Lloyd here, or Mr. Hats as I'm known as in the VC. So I thought today I would try another rankings video. And this is for Australian singer Sia Furlow. Um, yeah, she's been around 20 odd years now, approximately 25 years, I guess. 25 years. And yeah, she's released 10 studio albums. However, I can only rank 9. Technically her debut album, only had a limited run of 1,200 compact discs pressed. It's never been pressed again. I cannot find it on Spotify or any of the streaming platforms. So when in this video I refer to da 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 her second album. Technically, it's her first um, sort of mainstream record label album, if you get what I mean. So there's only 9 anyway. Um, so yeah, if you don't know who she is, she had a big hit about a decade ago called Chandelier, and she was nominated for 4 Grammy Awards for that. And she's very arty, very off in her own little tangents. She often performs either with her back turned to the audience or wearing a wig that covers her face, etc. Her videos are very out there, uh, on their own little wavelength. They're very strange, to say the least, a lot of them. But her lyrics are very in depth, very personal for the most part. So yeah, let's get into this. So at number 9, I'm going to go for 2001's Healing is Difficult. This is her second album. It's R&B, dance orientated, with splashes of jazz influences. It's bold and brash, and she wears a heart on her sleeve type album. But I struggle with this one because it just feels like she's trying to find a sound. She hasn't got there yet. And I get that. It's very early in her career. A lot of artists are like that, just struggling to find a sound, and I just really struggle when I listen to this one. But it's not so bad that I never play it. In fact, I only played this literally a month ago, which is why I've decided to do this rankings video, because I've gone through all her albums recently. So yeah, it still gets a pass mark of 5 out of 10. Number 8 on my list, we're going to go to 2004 with her third studio album. This one is called Color, the Small One. I love that album cover. It's a great album cover in my opinion. This was actually the first album of hers I purchased. I'd never heard of it before. This was a recommendation from someone, and I wasn't overly impressed when I first heard it. But anyway, let's get into it. The vocals are very hushed and quiet. It's acoustic, folk tinged, electronica sounding. It's experimental and before its time, years ahead of its time. Think of, if you want sounds like, think of Lorde, the New Zealand singer, with her first 2 albums, and Taylor Swift with Folklore, Evermore, etc. Just electronica, folky, very subdued, etc. Um, it's just, yeah, I just really can't get into it. I play it, but I don't really get enthralled by it. But I don't struggle with it as much as the one at number 9 there. So this one comes in at 5.5 out of 10. Number 7 on my list, we're going to go to her most recent album. This is from 2024. Reasonable Woman. It's obviously a 10th and most recent one. It's a pop album consisting of songs she actually wrote either with other artists in mind or for other artists who never got to record them, etc. And they've been used as featured artists on this album. This is another one I struggle with simply because it doesn't sound really like a Sia album, because she's trying to I don't know, she's trying to just make it for other people, other artists, if you know what I mean. So it's got to have elements of other people's sounds. And I do, again, I really struggle with it, but it is passable. It comes in at 5.5 out of 10 from me. I sound like I'm not a fan, but I really am, guys. The top 6 are really, really good albums, by the way. So at number 6 on my album, we go to 2008. Some People Have Real Problems. It's her 4th album. It's a pop and a soul album. I prefer the ballads on here as opposed to the more up-tempo songs. Where I see it showcases her vocals and all their power and glory on it on the slower songs. Very good album overall, and a huge gap between the 3 that I've just shown and this one, because this one comes in at 7.5 out of 10. The reason the album title, which I found out, is because she was in the studio and someone came in and was whining about the traffic on that particular day coming into work. And she basically retorted and said, well, some people have real problems, you know, like lung cancer and incurable diseases and, you know, that sort of thing. So that became the title of the album just from that. So Some People Have Real Problems, 7.5 out of 10. Number 5 on my list, we're going to go to 2021 with her 9th studio album. This one is called Music. Yeah, it's a pretty ordinary cover, isn't it? Songs are based on a movie of the same name called Music that SIA actually wrote. It's about a reformed female drug dealer who becomes guardian of her half sister who's called Music, and she's a non-verbal autistic girl. So yeah, it's got that. There was a lot of controversy because she didn't have someone with autism who starred as the leading role in it, but that's acting, isn't it? You pretend to be something. I mean, you didn't get Moses in the Ten Commandments, did you? You had to have an actor. So you don't get real cowboys in Clint Eastwood movies and John Wayne movies. So it's all woke in my opinion. Anyway, this is a pop album. It's laced with reggae, R&B and electro pop styles. It's probably her most commercial, radio friendly, accessible album, in my opinion. It's just straightforward, basically. I love this album. This one comes in at 8 out of 10 from me. Number 4 on my list, we go to Sia's 6th studio album. This was released in 2014. 1,000 Forms of Fear. This is probably the album most people would know. This is the one that had Chandelier on it, which received 4 Grammy nominations and won several ARIA awards here in Australia, etc. So if anything, this is the album cover you would know from obviously that hit in record stores. It's a highly personal album. It details her previous drug addictions and her struggles with bipolar. Although it's a pop album, I would say it's more on the alt pop side of pop as opposed to straightforward pop. Again, really love this album. 8 out of 10. And 3 more albums to go. Number 3, we have 2010's We Are Born. This was her 5th studio album. A lot of fans don't seem to rate this album as high as me when I speak to people. There's a couple of album rankings on YouTube and they rate it down near the bottom, but hey, each to their own, right? It's pop, it's new wave, it's R&B, and it's synth pop all in one. It's a total 180-degree about face from the, you know, the electronica folky type sparse sounds of her earlier albums. The ones I said sort of sounded like Evermore and Folklore from Taylor and Lord, etc. That's probably why people don't like it, because she went and changed her style. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. It's the first to really showcase her powerful, versatile vocal range. I'd compare this album to Lady Gaga in her finest pop moments. 8.5 out of 10. Number 2 on the list, I can't for the life of me find this album. I've looked everywhere. It's got to be here somewhere. I've just overlooked and misplaced it somewhere. But it's 2016's This Is Acting, which is her 7th studio album. The songs are not as obviously personal as previous albums. They sound more generic, like they could be, you know, third party songs as opposed to introspective personal things. It's pop, it's power pop. It's very similar to what you would get on a Christine Aguilera album. That one comes in at 8.5 out of 10 also, which means my number 1 album by Sia is 2017's Every Day Is Christmas. Yeah, it's a Christmas album. I'm not big on Christmas songs or Christmas albums generally. I do like Christmas songs and they should only be played during Christmas. But this is different. It is a Christmas album. The difference is all these songs were penned by Sia. Yeah, they do sound slightly Christmassy at times and the titles are all Christmassy. But basically they're just good pop songs. They're just normal, radio friendly, happy, bubbly, joyful, Christmas related pop songs. So technically not really Christmas as traditional Christmas. This album can actually be played throughout the year, which is why it is number 1 on my list. You know, artists like Elvis Presley, etc., Boney M, you struggle outside of December to listen to those albums or those songs, but this one can be listened to as a normal pop album throughout the year. Absolutely brilliant in my opinion. Give it a listen if you haven't given it a listen, because this one comes in at 9 out of 10 from me. So there you go, folks. That's the discography of Australian alt pop indie pop singer Sia, and her studio albums. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Hit that subscribe button. Please let me know, have you heard of her? Do you know anything about her? Because she seems to be a bit elusive outside of Australia for the most part. Anyway, guys, if you've hung on till the end, thanks for watching, and all I can say is stay safe, take care, all for now, catch you around, and bye, folks.